business, you got to really know the business. And then you'll know how to make the best decisions. A lot of people is getting it confused too. A lot of artists is for the culture, but still trying to make the best decisions, and they getting that mixed up. And that's why you might not understand why they do everything that they do, because it's confusion.
Right.
Yeah,
It's almost
a
like
lot of
cross
artists.
branding.
Of course,
Sure.
of course, a lot of artists
Yeah.
jack a lot of things that that they don't stand behind. But when the label is telling you to do something, you got to maneuver.
Or you
Right.
used
Especially
And
to,
then they're
or you
sending
used to
mixed
live in,
messages.
or you might be used to living a certain lifestyle, and to maintain that lifestyle, to keep spending that money and looking like you living that lifestyle that you're supposed to be living, you need certain
Yeah.
money to be coming in.
Yeah, yeah,
So if it's not a lot of opportunities, and then the opportunity is something that you're not cool with, but it's a big check, you might
Hmm.
find yourself still doing it.
they'll take that and run.
Right.
Yeah,
For
Yeah.
sure.
they'll take that and run.
Compromising your whole moral compass just to be able to maintain that bag.
For sure.
Of course,
Let me
put on the
ask you a
facade.
question. What do you think is the biggest lesson that you've learned? Because you've had a pretty thorough career in hip hop and you've remained relevant. You're still making great music. What is the biggest lesson that you think you've learned from this game?
The biggest lesson is that it is a game. It's not just straightforward like you might think when you're a kid. Like you just
Hmm.
perform, write music, I just do a video, perform, and I'm just gonna make money. It's a shiesty business, and everybody out for their own benefit. Everybody do
Amen to
what they
that.
do to try to benefit themselves and their brand. So y'all
Hmm.
might gotta connect and do things together to benefit each other. But just know
Yeah,
that that's what they doing. They trying to benefit their own brand, and you trying to benefit your own brand, and y'all come together to work together. But they main interest is their brand, not yours.
Right.
of
But a
course,
lot
of
of
course.
people in
Yeah,
the business will manipulate you like you're the priority. Like they even put you before they brand when that's
Right.
not true.
Right.
So you got to understand how the game work, how people in the business work, and then you'll be a lot better off. But because I came in so young, straight from the streets, I was
Yeah.
thinking that the industry was exactly like that. Everything that people said to me on the streets, I felt like if somebody in the industry said it, it held just as much weight, but it wasn't the
Hmm.
same. So that
Right.
just come with learning and growing, especially a lot of people that's in the industry not willing to tell you, because that information is valuable, and that's how they able to survive, by keeping the
Yeah.
information and passing it off to other people. So
Very
you'll
true.
rarely hear
okay.
people talking like me.
They try to gatekeep.
You will rarely hear
Yeah.
people talking like me letting the truth out, because they'll hold on to that information and use that for their advantage.
Hmm.
But I'm in a different direction, and I don't really need the information to go where I'm going. So I rather people know, so that we could get a better product, better music,
Yes.
better battles, better bloggers, better
All of that.
photographers, better
Everything.
video, everything. Like
Right. And I feel like that's an important aspect of living our best life and really kind of living in our purpose. What you learn, we can't hold on to it forever, right? We don't learn forever, so we don't live forever. So we have to pass that on so that the next generation knows what to do and has that wisdom. Otherwise, we're not fulfilling what we're supposed to do. When we become the teachers, now we've got people that we're educating and so on and so forth.
for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, because when
that's
we
true.
was born in this earth, we wasn't born like what they say, Adam and Eve, like in the beginning of the world where we ain't have no information. Like we was born
Right.
off the information of so many people that came before us, that we just was born in a certain place that was just like we was already good to a certain extent, and we got to just
Yeah,
keep it going, so the next generation and the next generation to be better and better and better and living off of our information.
Right, agreed. And I think that's especially important with our people because in America, our people have been so misinformed and have been so displaced and kind of scattered. Now we've gone against one another and we no longer have that community. And you even see that in the hip hop culture. So many people getting killed over nonsense. Like, I mean, Pop Smoke is a perfect example of that. May he rest in peace. But like we
yeah,
just lost a
man.
great new artist for nothing,
And
over
people still
nothing.
don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? And that's the thing
Right.
about it. When it comes to these high, performers or whatever the case may be in the hip hop community,
Yeah.
people get killed or something happens, and no one ever knows nothing.
No one has answers.
And it's crazy. It's crazy. Even if there's cameras, even if
But you
there's,
gotta
you know,
that's life though. Is millions of people that got killed on the streets that they don't have answers for, and that they ain't come up with no solution for. It's just
Yeah.
that these people are publicized. It's just put right in your face, so
mm,
you want answers more than the person down the street. You know what I'm saying?
Of
But
course.
mm,
the
Okay.
law really don't do their job anyway. Like if it's not somebody out there to tell them what happened, it's like it's hard for them to figure it out anyway. So they
Agreed.
really never come up with the answers for stuff that's going on unless somebody just come out and tell them. So
Or unless they're being pressed for it by the media,
yeah,
because then it's
so
Yeah,
about
yeah, they
saving
pressure for
I,
it.
face.
I can understand that.
I'm not really, you know what I'm saying? I'm not shocked at the fact that they're not able to solve these crimes because they never really be trying to anyway.
Yeah,
And when you
Mm.
think about all of the years that pass and the rappers that pass, it is a lot of rappers passing away, but
yeah,
that happens anyway. Like I just
yeah.
got it, like rappers and celebrities is going past regardless. People going past regardless. Like you know what I'm saying?
Right.
People going past, but it's
Forget
just
about that.
about
Fred the
all that you.
Godson
It's just all
also
that
just
you.
passing away.
Yeah, sorry to
Yeah,
hear that, man. Rest in peace to Fred the God,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
yeah. That was crazy. I
But
know he was battling
It's
COVID.
tricky.
It was very sad.
yeah, it's just like
Yeah,
everybody
man.
can't stay here forever. Everybody got to go. So when it's in your face and it's publicized, sometimes you take it a little worse than other
Personally.
situations. Yeah,
That's
100%,
true.
100%.
And I do agree with you with that because, people are killed around the world on a regular basis. It doesn't mean that somebody else's pain is lessened because the person that died in their family wasn't a celebrity. You know what I mean? They
sure,
both feel that pain, but
You
we
know,
want answers more because it's out there for pop culture to follow.
for
it's
sure.
it's crazy because you look at the fans now are now artists battling each other online and setting up
Yeah.
fake campaigns for that. Like I'm sitting back watching this quarantine stuff crazy. I'm like,
Fake
fans are
campaigns, you
saying who they
said,
want to
FMI?
verse. Yeah, they're saying, oh, I want this person to verse this person, and then it actually happens. I just find it crazy with the times we live in now, like the control that, and you know what I mean, trying to create a conversation.
Yeah. Well, let me ask
It's
you a
just
question. Cassidy, if you were to battle someone, like let's say they wanted to put you up for an Instagram battle, who would you want to go against?
Y'all breaking up a little bit. Say that again.
I said we were just talking about how like there's been so many different Instagram battles between producers, between rappers. If you were to go up against someone, who would you want to personally go up against?
Uh, I'm not sure. This new battle style that they doing, like my man Swiss Beats and Timberland, they set up that versus battle thing. Is
yeah.
like where you play music like hits during your career, and it's like that's cool. It's
That's
entertaining.
not what I'm talking about.
It's
Yeah,
entertaining for quarantine, but that's not really battling to me because
agreed.
everybody
Up
already
get
know
into
the
the battle
songs
community.
already.
Yeah,
So it's not like
Mhm.
you presenting nothing new or shocking. It's just like it's just good for people to see the catalog of these producers and all at once realized all of the impact that they made on their whole career. It's good for that.
that is
True.
dope
But
too.
that's really like a company move. I mean, you playing the songs that the companies own. It's just like radio or like
Absolutely.
video shows or something. It's like more for the machine.
Like
And
syndication.
and battle rap is more like real battle rap where you write the verses or you get busy
Yes.
on the spot with new material. That's more in the artist hands, and that's more like a business move. You know what I'm saying with the verses stuff. So
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
really got
I
no
would say
picks or
like a
nobody that I
real
would want
a
to
real
battle against.
battle rap. If you had the
Yeah,
ability to
yeah.
do a real battle rap, there's no one
I'm
in the
off it
game
because
that you would
Cassidy
want to go
nasty.
up against.
Nah, not nobody that I got no beef with or personally want to
No,
go
not no
against. But I
beef.
want every
Just like to go lyrics to lyrics.
nah, I want to be competitive against everybody. Everybody that rap, I want to be better than. So
I love it.
whoever wants some smoke, like could get it at any given time because
Hey.
I'm always trying to be the best at this.
Cassidy, oh,
So it's like it don't
I love
matter.
that
Like
man. You're curious with it.
I don't got no problems with nobody. Like I want him or something like that, or I'm not a fan of somebody. Like I want him because that'll make my life. Is like I
Yeah,
don't really care. Whoever come with my problems could get it. I got my book in front of me right now, always preparing for whoever. Like, you
I
know what I'm
love it.
saying? So,
No
For
doubt.
real, that's dope.
So what's next on your agenda? I'm sure you've been making a bunch of music. I know I got some of
Yeah,
your
I've been
new
seeing him
music
produce a
from
lot lately
MJ.
too. I've been seeing him in the studio producing. Cassidy then took it to another level with that.
yeah, I
Yeah,
got a
man.
lot of music out on all platforms. I got a record called It's Barry Time, a record called Hate Research. All of these new records that I produce, I'm working on a project called Bars and Beats. So I'm
Okay.
gonna produce 100% of it and write 100% of it. And I be
Dope.
saying like a lot of producers, they got ghost producers and they use a lot of samples. So you will
Hmm.
see a lot of names
Yeah,
under the under the track when you look who played a part. And then a
Right.
lot of these rappers be having ghost writers and other people that be giving input. So when you look
We
under
talk
their
about that all the
tracks,
time.
you
Yeah.
see a
Yeah,
bunch of names too. But when you
Yeah.
look under my tracks, under the production and the writing, all you're gonna see is one name, mine. So
Nice.
that's the difference. And I want to show
Okay.
people how creative I am
that's
alone,
dope.
not with a team, not with a bunch of writers or a bunch of people giving me ideas or me making a bunch of songs and having a meeting on who like the best song. It's like,
Right.
nah, all of this is from the muscle and what I feel is going to work and what I feel as though it's hot and I bring it to the table and that's how I make it work. So I think I demand a different level of respect than a person working with 100 different people. You know what I'm
Mm.
Right.
saying?
I can dig it. So are you working like exclusively independently right now? You're not signed under any label?
I've been independent for over 15 years. I just been
Nice.
busting a lot
Oh,
of
I didn't even
major
know that.
moves that people think that I'm still like a major
Signed.
artist and think I still got
Yeah,
deals.
that I can see that. Yeah, that sounds. That's what I thought, honestly.
But under like 5 years of my career, I was with a major. Like I was only
Okay.
with a major for a short period of time. And once I learned enough of the business and became a household name where people would still know me, I
Yeah.
was independent ever since then, trying to figure it out.
Very
That makes
smart.
sense. That makes sense. Collecting all the
Very
royalties from
smart.
everything that you're doing.
And that's so much
Yeah,
wisdom to so many artists out here. You know what I
big
mean?
facts.
Have the plan. I think you said it earlier. Learn the business. You got to learn the business behind what you're doing, and you can't just look at the fluff and the fame and the notoriety and the stages and the women, but understand what goes on behind the scenes because when you're putting your money and your information and your trust in other people's hands, it could go bye bye very fast. We've seen a lot of artists in hip hop
Facts.
and just entertainment go bankrupt because their managers were milking their money. So, be
And
careful, handle your business.
some artists is in it because they want the money. Some people
Yeah,
only do this because they see you could be successful. They see
right.
people wearing jewelry and driving fancy cars and getting all of the girls, and they impressed by that. The same way,
Yeah,
like back in the day when drug dealers was giving you that image, people wanted to deal drugs. They wanted to do
right.
anything where they see the person getting the light. So now
Yep,
that the rapper getting the attention, they want to be a rapper. But they
true.
don't really got love for hip hop or the culture. They just want
I feel like that's a
the
lot of
success
artists
that
now,
come along with it. That's the
and
Yeah,
they're brazen
majority of
with
them.
it too.
Now that
I
is the
Yeah,
agree. And it
honestly.
majority of
tells.
them. But it's
Yeah,
artists like me that rap because I want to be the best at putting lyrics together. I started rapping before I even knew about money. When I was a kid, before I even had any bills. Like I ain't even
yeah,
pay a bill yet. I didn't even know about money. I just knew that I could impress people with the words I wrote down and I loved that feeling. So I kept
right.
trying to attack that and get better
Mm.
at that. And I wanted to be the best at that. So that's why I still keep doing it. Even if I had the most money in the world, I would still continue to rap. Or even if the higher power told me I could never make no money off it, I would still do it because I just like the feeling and how
That's
it
the
make me
love.
That's
feel.
real. That's
You
the
know what I'm
purest
saying?
That's
real.
right.
But some people
And we were
only
Yeah,
do
actually
it for
just
a
talking
check.
about this earlier. Yeah, and when you
yeah.
do it for a check, it shows because the level of passion isn't going to be the same. The level of execution isn't
You
going to be
know,
the same. You
and
do
the
something
crazy
with your
part
heart, it
is,
shows.
it's
Yeah.
crazy. It's crazy because now the fake artists or the artists that lie about it, you know what I mean, get the most reputation for it, and it's beautiful how that works. But sometimes people just
Fake
want
it
to
till
hear a
you make
story.
it.
You know what I mean? Story,
Right.
and not they don't want to hear
And that's
lost
what it
in,
is, a
even if it's
story.
true or not, and that's the sad part. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
For sure. It's
it's true.
entertainment, man. So you gotta blend it in. You gotta figure out a way
Yeah.
to make it entertaining. If your
Hmm.
story ain't entertaining enough, then you gotta figure out other stories to tell. You could tell other people's stories, but in a creative way. You know
No
what I'm
doubt.
saying?
Mm.
The same thing all the directors and movie writers do. They don't write every movie about what happened in their life. A lot
Right.
of times it be based off things that happen in their life. That's the reason why they're able to write in that direction. But they
Hmm.
incorporate a lot of stuff into the movie to make it entertaining to the public. It's the same
Yeah.
thing you gotta do with this rap music. And that's the thing that be confusing too, because they make you believe in some instances that everything these rappers say is real and it's like 100% real and you're supposed to believe it.
Yo,
But then at the flip
yo.
side, they make you think that it's entertainment and you shouldn't believe none of it. So it's
Right.
like
So
the
which
fan
is
is
it?
even confused. The
Yeah.
fan might depend on the facial expression you make or the type of name you got to determine whether they think is real or not when you say stuff. And they don't even,
True.
it's so confusing. You could
There's
be
so
like a
many
pop
examples
star.
of that right now.
You could be like a
Hmm.
pop star that never put in no work and never
So
did
many.
nothing. But if you say it, people will still think like, yo, they really mean it. It's like they don't
Yeah.
really do no background check to see how authentic you are or how many lies you told in the past. It don't matter. As long as you say it
Right.
now, the fans will think it's real and they'll run with it. They'll start
Put it
putting
on the
up
beat and it
retweets and
sound good.
talking about
Good.
it and tweeting about it and making it seem like it's a real thing when it's not.
Yeah. We're very much in a fake it till you make it kind of society. But we're running low on time. We're gonna have to bring in T Money. I definitely want to thank you for coming on. I know we were having some technical issues. Please let our fans and know where they can follow you and where they can get your new projects that are available.
My new projects is on all platforms. Whatever platform you're using, just Google my name, type in my name, Cassidy. I'll pop up with a bunch of new music on all platforms. My
Dope.
social media is Cassidy underscore Larceny. That's underscore LARSINY. I got the blue check so you know it's official.
No
The
doubt.
email to get with me if you're trying to send beats or do music or do some business and book me is shitlitty at Gmail. SHITLITTY at Gmail. And everybody tuned in, go to my webpage to get the merchandise. This bars is back gear,
Bars
snapbacks,
is
dad
back.
hats, sweaters, jackets. Well, we got it all, man.
Nice.
And it got my videos and keep you updated with everything that I got going on the webpage. And that's www.CassidyTheHustler.com. Cassidy DAHUSTLA, CassidyTheHustler.com.
That's what's up. And we'll definitely be spinning your new music. We appreciate you for stopping through, Cassidy. It's
Thanks for
always a
having me.
pleasure.
Keep
Yeah,
doing
it's a
your thing, man.
pleasure.
Appreciate
Salute.
you, my
Until the
brother.
next time.
Thank you so much. And to you,
All right, my
absolutely.
brother. Stay blessed, man. Thank you.
What have you been up to, our bestie?
Wow, man. Yeah, I love you guys. You know that. You know you guys are
Absolutely. Same here.
my peoples, man.
Appreciate it,
You know
man.
my day one. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
man.
yeah, I've been doing a lot of work. Unfortunately, I didn't come on today to talk about what we were doing because I can't really talk about it yet.
Okay, here we
Understood.
go.
Understood.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is
My bad.
always
You know
T
what I mean?
Money, right?
These
Yeah.
I can tell
Well,
non-disclosure
you mixed my
agreements, man. These
yeah, this
NDAs,
NDA.
man.
yo,
NDAs,
but
actually.
it's real. But it's real though. You know, a lot.
Yeah,
I don't need to tell you because you're gonna know, and I'm gonna come
Oh,
back.
oh, we always know.
You know what I
We
mean?
always know.
absolutely.
And you'll get the exclusive
Telling
joint.
you.
So don't worry. You know what I mean?
Nice. We love that.
Yeah, yeah. So don't worry. But everything is good. You know, I'm still, I keep myself busy. You know, I kind of
Yeah,
heard you guys earlier in regards to what you're doing, keeping yourselves busy, which is a good thing. You know what I mean? I
right.
mean, because
Yes, yes,
you
yes,
go
yes,
crazy.
yes.
You
We
gotta go
can.
crazy. You know, you're
Yeah,
sitting in the
yeah,
house. I
yeah.
mean, I personally don't care. I'm a homebody anyway.
Me too. Me
So
too.
none of
All
that like
right.
sitting in the crib
I'm the
and like
opposite.
watching,
I love running around, my brother,
watching.
trying to get business done.
Well, I do the same thing, but I have no problem with sitting in the crib chilling, watching
And
Netflix.
getting business done.
Right, right, right.
Right.
Cause I'll sit and get my business done straight from my seat, right from here.
Yeah.
I can handle my
Yeah.
business. You understand?
Right.
Because it's not always about going out running in somebody's face, making
Hmm.
contacts and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Come on,
sometimes
man.
you gotta take a step
We
back.
got a lot of
So
contacts. Yeah. I mean,
FMI, man, you'll see, man. You'll see, kid. You know, you're young
I
and
believe
still.
it.
You
I
don't
believe
uh
know.
it. I
oh, he's
believe it.
calling you and he said, "You see, kid."
That's my boy. No, that's
You
my
got
boy
me
right
out.
there. Though. But I'm
Of
keeping it
course, of
100.
course.
That's what it
T,
is.
I'll never. I'm telling you, when I think of you, every time I first thought of you is as soon as I never forgot how you looked when you was at the Barclays Center, and I was
Oh,
like, yo, that's T. Look at him up there ripping and running this stage.
Killing
I'm
it.
like, yo, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
He was
That's what I
killing it.
think of you every time I see your name. That's how I picture you. I'm like, damn, son, that's T.
Barclays was an interesting experience, man.
That's only because he's too young to remember Yo MTV Raps, but
No,
that's
no,
his
no, no.
Yo,
I remember that. I was on the tail end. I
I
was
saw
on the
him.
tail end. I was in the back room
Yeah,
with my brother and my sister.
all
Though. I
good.
was on the
I'm
tail
just
end. No
playing. I'm just
front.
playing for mine.
That's all good. I was watching Sports Center the other day, right? And this
100%.
this woman, what's her name? L. Duncan. L. Duncan was on the other day, right? And you know
Okay.
The
All
Michael
right.
Jordan documentary series.
Yeah, yeah.
Yo, she said that she wasn't even born then. And I'm saying to myself, like,
Oh
yo,
Lord.
dog, are you old like that? She said she wasn't even born when Michael Jordan was in college. So I'm
If
saying to
the
myself, like, wow, you really, but she's not really young. She's in her 30s. But I'm like, well,
Right.
damn, what the hell's wrong with you, bro? Chill,
What
relax,
the hell's wrong
relax. You know what I'm saying?
with you? What's going on in the
He
house?
said,
Relax,
"Chill, relax."
relax right now, dog. Relax. You know
That's
what I
the
mean? So,
new norm.
but my point is that it doesn't matter if you weren't there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
I
Listen.
mean,
yeah,
FMI wasn't there when Abe Lincoln was president either, but he know who the fuck Abe Lincoln is, right? He
That's
know who he
right.
yeah.
is.
You
Of
damn
course,
right.
of
Oh, okay,
course, of course, of
right.
course.
So the younger hip hop cats should know who people like myself and Dre are. You understand? And
Yeah.
that's because this is part
Yeah.
of what you do. You
Yep,
understand? I mean, if you're a student of hip hop, of the hip hop culture,
that's right.
you should know the people that came before you. You
You
know,
should.
I mean, because a lot
In
of
a
young kids
perfect
don't
world,
even
yeah,
they don't
In a
know
yeah.
perfect world.
they don't know
You know
none
what I
of
Well,
mean?
I
they don't
It's
even
always
respect
a
Charles
it's always a
McDill.
young guy, old guy sing, and then once that happens, then it breaks down to slurs
I
and curves. I mean, that barrier of
it does.
Yeah,
understanding music, I think it would be a better, place to convene.
and I got nothing but respect for the. I got nothing but respect for the younger gen. You know what I mean? And
Right.
what they've done to the music, and I hope they continue making the music progress. I really don't get into like, because I got my generation be hitting it like, well, they mumble, they do the mumble music.
Mhm.
I'm not tripping. If it's something that takes the music to another. I mean, keep in mind something. Chuck D from Public Enemy took this music to a political place. Hammer
Okay.
took it to a
Yeah.
place where it was pure entertainment.
Right.
Um, I mean, I can
Hmm.
go on for days. The Beastie Boys broke barriers because they were white.
Yep.
We can go on for
And they were
days
doing
about
it.
how
They were doing it.
MCs and artists changed the face of the music. Period.
Right.
Puff Daddy changed the face of the music forever. Okay,
He
I mean
did.
MCs and artists were getting paid short paper before Puff came in. He was doing
Yep.
$1 million videos. He changed
Yep.
the way everybody dressed. Come on,
Yep.
man. So if these young cats from today can sit and go, do the type of music they want to do you, fam. I'm not mad at that because everybody has their place. You understand?
Agreed.
You have to
I
you have
agree
to
with
Yeah.
that.
respect that. Plus,
Yeah.
plus
Yeah.
the fact they move in units. Like how you gonna
Mhm.
diss them? You understand? You
They
crazy. I
are
mean,
moving units. These
yo,
streaming
real talk.
I
streaming
agree with that.
platforms are really
Turn something
bolstering
gas.
numbers. The packaging
Turn on the
deals.
other gas.
And I'm gonna say this right here. You don't have to like them. You can sit there and be as critical as you want to. That's your personal opinion about what you
They still
listen
gonna
to.
get paid.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you gotta look at it from a cultural standpoint. Now, say for instance,
Okay.
they tried to and kept doing what you were doing. That's not giving the culture growth. There's no growth in that. You want it to be
Right.
different. You want to go to
Mm.
another level, someplace else, to reach other audiences. You don't just want it to be the same thing static because
True.
you
Every
told you.
every artist has their fan base. Their distinct
Yeah,
fan base.
yeah. You can't be that type of. Just the same thing what happened when Run DMC came out. When me and Dre were DJing when we were younger, we used,
Yeah.
we used to DJ parties, FMI, like you go to do parties right now. We used to do
Yeah.
parties by G, and this was when rap first started hitting records, sucking MCs. I'm talking about back in '83.
Okay.
People didn't want to hear rap music at the party. You couldn't play that.
You serious?
Right.
Yo,
I can't
dude,
picture.
Yeah.
I can't picture a world like that. Honestly.
dude, when these fraternities and sororities and these people were hiring us to do parties, they didn't want to hear Run DMC or
What was it like?
Right.
Freestyle music and
yeah, it
things
was
like that.
R&B and dance. You wasn't playing no hip hop joints. Hip hop joints. Suck
Yeah.
MCs. You play that. Okay, we're not paying you tonight. The
That's
dude
Mhm.
told me and Dre,
crazy.
we're not gonna pay you
You
tonight
see
because
how
you didn't
far
do
hip
what we
hop
told
has come?
you. Yeah, man, crazy. So
Yeah.
don't get it twisted. You know what I mean? So that's real. You know, as I
No
drink, as
doubt.
I drink my Corona, as I drink my Corona.
yo,
And stay
yo,
corona
people coming
free.
on
That's
here
right.
playing
I'll drink to
games.
that. Clink, clink, clink.
'Cause that ain't giving
Yo,
nobody no virus shot right there. That's not the
No,
call.
it's not.
No, not at all.
I ain't giving nobody a
Keep it
vibe, but
100.
that right there.
No
So
doubt.
T,
No doubt.
so what's been going on in your personal life as far as how this quarantine is affecting your businesses and everything like that?
Well, yeah, it's affected my businesses in a way because I am unable to. I have a few deals on the table, and we're working on putting a couple of projects together. And
Uh-huh.
and Hollywood is shut down at the moment, and it makes it difficult for us to do certain things that we need to do. But it kind of helped me too in a way. It kind of helped all of us too.
Yeah,
So think about it
I
like
believe
this.
that.
I'm gonna tell you how it helped because the world was running rampant, bro. This slowed everything down. Keep in mind something.
So
Everything
you're
right
running
now.
too rampant.
True.
What? Everything was running kind of rampant, bro. Maybe I don't want to get spiritual in regards to it, but everything was running kind of crazy.
Okay.
People were doing
It's
all
true.
kind of crazy stuff. Black people were
For
going to Popeyes to buy chicken sandwiches like they were stupid.
like they were stupid. Yo,
Like
can
it
we
was
talk about that whole chicken sandwich
yeah.
phenomenon?
Yo, T
Like
did it.
nobody home knows how to make a
People
goddamn
listen.
chicken
People
sandwich? What's
ask,
going on?
Hey,
listen.
that
Yo,
pickle was
Kiana,
beautiful though, and that
people,
bruschetta bun.
people.
That one pickle?
Yeah, but that sandwich was fire. Well, I don't care what nobody say. It was fire. But
I
peep this.
promise you I can make a sandwich better than that, and I do on a regular
You
basis.
probably can, but you got to market it. You got to promote it. You know, you got
I
to
don't
put
want to
it out
sell
there.
my shit. That's the
You know.
difference.
But listen, people of color spent $1 billion in fast food last
Yeah,
year.
that's
A billion.
crazy.
They spent $4 billion in alcohol. Look,
Yep,
look, look. They spent $4 billion in alcohol, and they drink
yep,
alcohol. They
yeah.
spent $2 billion in.
Because
They spent
our
two
spend
billion
we're
dollars.
a $1 trillion. That's our spending power. one
2 trillion.
trillion dollars.
2 trillion.
Oh, what's it
We
two
are,
now?
we are two
Listen,
trillion dollar people. With and peep this here. In black communities, we don't have any hospitals. We don't have
yeah,
any banks. We don't
yep.
own our own schools.
No
Come
credit
on,
unions.
no, none of that. No supermarkets
We don't
either.
even own our own corner stores.
No supermarkets either. I heard this the other day. I
Yo,
was
when we come
watching
back
something
from the
online.
yeah,
Crazy. It's just ridiculous. You
when
know.
you come back, when we
And
come
we
back from
have
this
nothing.
Corona,
We'll talk,
I want to
we'll
see
talk
more
about it, man.
black-owned
Yeah.
restaurants that open up. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to see any other
Yeah. Well,
ethnicities running the bodegas and stuff. This is your time now, if you've had it,
we
to
got
take
stores. We need
advantage of it.
stores.
No, I
We
don't
need
mind. I
supermarkets.
don't mind. I would love a
You
Well,
know.
Chinese store ran
and we need fair
by a black man, though.
opportunities to be able to get proper rent and to be able to actually legally
100%.
own and not go through all of the shenanigans because we've been targeted and not be taxed at a higher rate and all of the other shit that goes on behind the scenes, specifically to target people of color from creating businesses within their own communities.
Every person of color should own their own business.
Yeah,
They should. Period.
agreed.
It's just ridiculous. Now listen, keep that in mind too, Kiana. What you were just saying in regards to renting and owning. Yo,
Yeah.
listen, it's crazy how a lot of places right now they want you. I have a good friend that I spoke to the other day. She was telling me how her rent, how the landlord is expecting the rent,
Hmm.
regardless to the fact that the virus and the
Oh,
pandemic is happening. Right?
Right.
Then
oh,
then
he's one of
then
those. He's
they
one of
went.
those.
Oh no, he wanted it, right? So then they went into this some kind of, you know, it was a board. I guess they have some kind of board in a building and everything. Everybody was complaining about it. So what the owners
Yeah.
of the building did say, okay, well, the next 3 months you don't have to pay us rent. So everybody was like, yay, yay, and I'm
Hmm.
like, hell no, because they
Hmm.
want that rent
It comes with something.
after
Yeah.
the last next 3 months with
Right.
interest
That's right.
before you get even again. You have to
That's
pay.
right. Now you're in debt
You have to pay that 3,500, 4,500.
or
All right.
more.
But where you getting that
Yeah,
money
eat
from
that
when
on
you're
the
not
chin.
working?
Exactly. And
Right.
now you're
You
in
know what I
debt
mean?
and you got to pay it at an APR.
That's
You
it.
know,
Do
like,
you right at an APR that's probably high as hell. Right.
yeah.
So get out
Listen,
of here.
I just heard about my friend who owns a studio. We work together with RJ. He had his studio rent raised during the pandemic. How real is that? How real
Wow.
is that? They raised his rent,
He said,
bro. That's some
I
Wow.
need my
shit.
money double time."
I was
He
like,
looked at the
I need my
situation double
realtor's
time.
That
license because I'm tired.
that is corny Google. That is
That's so
crazy.
corny. That's corny goo
Wow.
goo gaga.
That is psycho right there. Yeah, he should be drawn and quartered, man. Whoever that guy is, because that's
Yeah,
not good.
yeah.
Listen, people are out here People are out here really struggling, and the
Agreed.
government's giving you $1,200.
Mhm.
Any single person that makes under 99,000 a year
Mhm.
can get the $1,200 check,
Right.
right? And if
Yeah,
you're married, you can get 2,400. But that's still not enough money.
That's babka. And when it comes to New
no.
York, that might be a lot of money in Nebraska. That might
Oh
be a
yeah,
lot of money in Delaware. When
right.
it comes to being a New Yorker or you live in LA or you live in Miami, that's not a whole lot of
That's
funding. You know what I
nothing.
mean?
That's
That
absolutely
1,200
nothing. Right.
is not even that's basically half my rent. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Yeah,
that's nothing.
that's what I'm
That's
So,
thinking. That's
nothing.
almost
That's
like
nothing.
yeah.
people are ranting a Raven and putting it on to make
That
America
money is supposed to be
great.
that money is supposed to be for food. First of
Yeah.
all, you shouldn't be paying rent with that money. You shouldn't be paying
Agreed.
any municipality of any type with that money. That money is for you to survive. twelve
Right.
hundred dollars for you to
Yep.
go buy food to
Right.
eat for you and your family, not to pay rent, not to pay a
Right.
bill.
Right.
Bro.
But the thing, and it's unfortunate, especially in New York. I mean, most people are one paycheck or two, the max, away from possibly being evicted. So if you think
He
about
went
Oh
people
yeah,
straight
that
and
are
bought a
stuck at
big TV.
home not the big TV, and it's
oh,
tax time
yeah.
too, so you already
I
know.
listen. I seen the big TVs in Walmart. They had the big TVs, a crazy brand. I
On
never
Yeah, he
heard
sale.
bought
of
a
the brand
70
before.
inch.
Like, what is that?
On sale.
I'm
I
like,
mean, people are
That
they're
brand
they're
was
going
crazy.
you know,
to
I'm
they're going to capitalize, especially in advertising and stuff now. People are
yeah.
home. They
It's
want you to get on
funny.
your computer and order as much
I
stuff as
seen a
possible. How
I
about
seen
this?
a
Order
news
some
report about
stock,
that.
buy some stock and play in the stock market a little bit. Play with some forex while you got that extra money. Just take 100 and put it to the side and
That's what
invest it in something.
I've been
Invest
playing.
it in yourself. You know what I
Well,
mean? Don't
well,
invest it
Kiana,
in another big screen
they
TV.
should be doing that anyway. There's so many things you can do with a little money.
Absolutely.
Investing in stock that you'd be surprised. But people of color
Yeah.
historically have been scared of using their
They
money
want
for
to get the Jordan and
stocks.
TVs. Yeah, we don't understand
You ever
the
heard that
And
mindset
those
to
expression?
it.
those are liabilities. Those
You ever
aren't
heard?
things that are gonna appreciate in value.
They don't, but it's because they don't understand it.
I know.
It is never taught to them. No one
Right.
teaches them. You ever heard that expression? A black man will take $500,000 in cash in a paper bag before he takes $1 million check.
Right.
I mean, it's sad,
That's
but it's true.
crazy.
Which is crazy.
It's
Yeah.
really it's crazy, but I mean, it's sad. But it's
The
because
lack of knowledge.
it's never taught to them. You know,
Yeah.
we don't teach kids how to start businesses. We don't teach kids how to manage their money. How to
Right.
we don't teach young men how to raise their children.
That's right.
You know,
Or
Oh
women.
man,
Or
right,
women.
and that's
right,
not
I feel
right.
like
publicized and pushed either.
parenting classes I feel should be mandatory for every person that has a baby. I feel like
Right.
they should be teaching
I agree.
entrepreneurship in schools. If you can teach how to work for a business and how to interview, why can't you teach how to give an interview or how to start an LLC? You
This is
know,
very true.
it's missing. It's missing. There's so many breaks in our system, and it's up to
Right.
us as parents and as educators and as the ones that do have a platform to do so, to use it to educate
Yeah,
at a large
This is very
rate.
true.
You
This is
know,
very true, and I make it my business to do that every time. And I'm
absolutely,
always
and
being
that's why we love having you.
right.
damn near
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
always trying to do something positive for our people, man. I'm for. Listen to me. I'm for anybody of color.
yeah,
Period. Point blank. I'm not on it like hey, it just got to be black people. No, it's people of color. Period.
that's
Because
right.
we all in this struggle together.
We
You know
are.
what I mean?
Yeah,
Understand that. So just understand we got to be stay positive, man. And try to teach what you know. Now, if you
agreed,
can't better the next person's life, what good are you doing? What are you doing here? You
agreed.
understand?
Yep.
Better the next person.
We were just
Facts.
talking about that. Gotta educate.
Yeah,
That's
I
essential.
had a I had a I had a friend of mine and I went to school with, not in high school, in the college, and
Yeah.
he worked really hard. He was like really like seriously trying to achieve something in life. Okay, so what he did was, he was looking to be an attorney, so he was going to school for law and all this other stuff, and
Yeah,
he never found it important enough to help the next person. He always felt like
Mhm.
if he took it upon himself to help someone else, it would take away
Mhm.
his shine, or it would take away time
Right.
from him doing. I said, "Well, man, that's
a lot of people are like that.
you can't look at
It's
life
not
that way.
competition.
That's
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, people get
you
caught
can't
up in
do
that.
that." I had to teach him. I said, "Listen, you can't do that, bro. You know what I mean?" And today
Yeah.
he runs his own firm down in Atlanta, so he's doing the
Okay.
thing. So I'm very
Each one teach one, man. That's what it's about. And
Yeah,
especially with our people, we're so
pass it
lacking.
on,
We're so hundred.
pay it
We're
forward.
hundreds of years. We're hundreds of years behind in. If you think about many people that are born of the Caucasian persuasion versus African American or just people of color, we're most often born into nothing. We don't have property. Our mothers and fathers don't have a will. We don't have land. We don't get a house when we get married. We have to work our way from zero to something. And if you only know zero and you don't know that something can come next, it needs to be taught. So I feel like if you are in a place to teach and you've come from that struggle, it is so important that you teach these next generations so that we can do better as a people collectively. That's
a
how
lot of
we're
us.
going to unify.
A lot of it. This is facts, and a lot of us are truly caught up with trying to keep up with Sam and Dave's and trying to keep
Yeah,
up with Joneses and trying to do
right.
like I know so many people that get married that
Hmm.
have weddings and they spend tons of money on weddings, man. They spend 50, 60, seventy
Believe you me,
thousand dollars
believe you me,
on
I'm the
Money
one
is
that's
broke.
charging them because I have my
on that.
DJ company, so I
I know that's
understand,
right.
and I know what I'm charging, and I know my
Right, right, right.
rates. Yeah, yeah,
They spend money on their wedding numbers, not understanding. Okay, but you live in an apartment. You're paying
Right.
rent. So
I'm sorry, that's a down payment right
you
there
don't
on that
yeah,
understand,
house.
now
Yeah.
you could have bought a house, or more importantly, you could keep your money.
right?
The people who
Right.
are giving, you could tell everybody that's part of your wedding party to give you money
Hmm.
instead of giving you
Yep.
a gift. I don't want a gift. I don't want a spoon. I don't want a set of spoons with our names on them or
Hmm.
classes. I don't
Yeah.
need that. They need money,
Yeah.
right? The parents can
Yeah,
put in money. You can put in the money you have. Now you can live in a you can live in a nice stable. You can buy a house.
That's right.
That's your wedding gift. You know
And
what I mean?
and
That's
that and
part of it.
that's the foundation of a marriage,
You know what
not
I mean?
just a big beautiful wedding. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
Where's the foundation for the actual marriage to be able to be viable?
What are
I'm
you gonna do
watching it.
20 years?
I'm
You're gonna
watching
be
it all
paying the Lord.
now. You know what I mean? And I know the prices that we charge, and I see those things, and I'm blown away by if they're spending money. If they're spending 9,000 on photography alone, and I'm charging 10, and the
Only
hall is
imagine.
charging
Right.
12 or 15,
That's
and on
right.
top of that, your florist is charging another three.
And your dress and
Oh yeah, we
everything
didn't
and
even
your
touch it.
makeup and
So
your hair. Yeah.
Get
We
the
haven't
dress.
talked about the
It's
food. We
he's
haven't
just
talked
taking
about
his
the
own
place
right,
vacation.
settings
right.
Oh, or food.
or the design. But listen, guys, we are running out of time. I know we have to get Olivia on the line. T
Okay.
Money,
Oh,
we
I love
love
you.
you. We
No doubt.
gotta bring you back on
No
because we
question.
need to talk to you more. So
Yes.
let's make that happen. We'll talk behind the scenes.
I got
Let
mad
everybody
work and
know
stuff.
where they can find you and how they can follow you.
Well, you can check me out. I'm on Instagram heavy, as FMI made it clear. At,
Yeah,
it's
myself.
at T450 underscore, and you
Yep.
can hit me up at yo, it's T Money. I'm there. You can
Yeah,
holler
that's a
at
good one. I
me, DM
like
me.
that new one.
Yeah, yeah. 'Cause I had to break it down, Kiana. I had the
Yeah,
T Money vibe on one side and my company stuff.
no doubt.
I had to break it
That's
down.
right.
We good, man. So yo, holler at me, DM me, man. Hit me up if you need. If
I
you need,
got you.
you know what I mean? All right.
100% T
Absolutely.
Money. The
Good
legendary
seeing
T
y'all.
Money in the building,
You
Well,
man.
good,
too. One
Thank
love
you.
good
all
not.
the time.
Listen, I said good seeing y'all, but good not seeing y'all really.
Well, you're seeing
Now,
us on the live.
No,
Go back and watch us on
when you
Facebook
watch
next
feed,
year.
you're looking good.
all right,
You're
brother.
looking good,
Y'all
my
be
brother.
good. All
All
right, peace
right.
out.
All right.
Later.
Later, T. Oh, and DWI said what up?
Oh, no doubt. Peace, y'all. Peace.
Yeah. Yeah, man. How's everything going for you today, Liv?
Everything is good. I just got a little bit of sad news. One of the rappers that I'm cool with passed away, so I just got a little bit of a shock. And
Yeah.
yeah, it
Oh, I
was
was
just
feeling about
Yeah, we actually
Fred the
heard
Godson, correct?
about Fred the
yeah.
Godson while we were live. Yeah, that I
Hmm.
think
Yeah,
that took
yeah,
us
yeah. I've
all
worked with
for
him
a
a few times
toll.
also.
And we know he was battling COVID. I mean,
Yeah,
this is a very crazy time. You know, there's a
and I
lot of
just
people
don't
that are
understand
passing.
why the government is still putting politics before people. It's just insane.
Uh,
Agreed.
I'm watching
Agreed.
some of the people, just do the protest in North
Hmm.
Carolina. I'm baffled by it. At one point I
Yes.
understand the American way is to, say what you want and do as you please.
Hmm.
But there comes a time where you have to choose, your life over just this dead end
Anything.
job or
Your life should have precedence over everything. I don't understand.
100%.
Yeah. We were just talking about that, especially when it comes to like a job. You're working for someone else and you're willing to risk your life, but this isn't even, they're not willing to risk their life for you, and this isn't your mainstay, you know.
Girl,
It's
Of
these people are
course.
losing their minds talking about they need to get their hair and nails done. What?
right, right. I mean, come on.
I'm lost.
And anybody that's been in this struggle, and you know, as one woman of color to another, we learn how to do our own
Girl,
at
I did
home.
mine myself, hair
Okay,
and
I was
nails.
about
hello.
to say,
Hair
Okay.
you
and
did
nails.
finesse. I ain't gonna hold you.
Exactly.
You
And we
finessing.
will finesse it because we've learned to have to do it. And I mean,
Yes,
I just feel like it's a lot of selfishness and just a lot of lack of
very.
education.
Yes.
Um, but you know, this is the state that we were in. In the meantime, everybody is still working. We know you're still working hard. You're in the midst of dropping your new album, I hear.
Yes, that'll come out at the end of the year, and it's called Pressure, by the way, if you didn't know.
So,
That's
can you tell
awesome.
us
That's
more about that
awesome.
album?
So the album is literally a mix up of a whole bunch of dope vibes. Like you'll get love, you might not get a lot of sadness, but you'll get like that that monotone type of vibe. You get the reggae
Okay.
tone Spanish feel.
Okay.
I got a lot of stuff
Oh,
in there. And of course,
expanding
I
it.
got my hip hop element. Yes,
Nice.
and I got some Afro beats in there. So it's a lot of dope stuff going on. And shout out to HB. He produced like 6 tracks on the album. All his beats are so dope. So everything he sent me, I was like, yep, using
Nice.
that. So and he did the Join Me record also.
Okay, the one that we got. So he did most of the album.
Yes.
Do you usually prefer to work with just one producer, or is it that everything that he had was such a vibe you were like, this is it?
That's exactly what it was. I
That's what
normally
it was.
use a bunch of different producers, and for some reason, just when we got in the studio and he would play me something, I was like, okay, this is it. And then I would go
Nice.
home that night and he'd be like, I'm gonna send you something else just in case. And I'm like, damn, I want this one too. He's like, you got 6. Don't send me no more because I'm not putting like the other
Right.
2 tracks are not him because I'm gonna do 8 on the album.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, actually, I'm gonna do 10 because I have a song about my mom that I just finished. For those who don't know, my mom, it's a year now that she passed away,
Oh,
and
I'm
I'm
sorry.
finally just able to talk about it and express myself. So I have a song about her that I dedicated on the album, and that became the 10th song.
That's beautiful.
Gotcha. Yeah, we're really sorry to hear about that.
Thank you,
I think that's a beautiful tribute, and your mom would be very happy with that. Now,
thank you.
you're having 10 songs, which is actually like an extended album, right? These days.
Yeah,
So let
because
me ask you a question.
everybody normally puts like 7. I'm like, well, when's
Or
the
or
best?
five.
Or
I mean, I'm
more,
seeing
right?
albums now that are like
Maybe that's
20
your best
25
seven.
minutes long. I don't
Yes.
I miss
You
the days
stupid.
when
You
you
said
could
this.
really vibe. I miss the days when you could vibe for a good hour or two to just one album. So
Exactly.
what is your process of picking like your singles? How many songs would you say that you have before you get to that final 10? Is it like 30 or
Oh,
more?
girl, I have like 50, and you
Right.
just have to figure out what flows with what. So I
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
went off what vibe went into the next song because I kind of wanted it to ease into the next, just sound like I don't want it to sound like you went from one record right into something totally different. I still
Right.
want
I
the
understand. Right.
transition to be proper. You know, like
Right.
how people used to do back in the days.
Yes.
So that's kind of what my thinking was with this album.
Okay, that's dope.
That's
And you said it's
beautiful.
going to be dropping at the end of the year?
Yes, yeah.
And
What else are you
Olivia,
working on?
I'm just
Sorry.
giving you a heads up. I'm just like I
Mhm.
had so many of my homegirls gonna be
Uh-oh.
on FaceTime with Olivia, and they were just like, "I hope she's sad because of her music album. She's sad. I feel." I'm just like,
I
"Okay,
love when
Ashley."
she's sad. What the hell?
Yeah, I'm like,
I
"Okay,
know.
Ashley.
Why do people say that? Like people be
I
like,
get
I
it.
only like sad Mary. Like
I don't.
why
Right.
Mary got to be
I
sad
don't
for you to
know,
rock
but
with her?
when you were
Agreed.
sad, she loves when you are sad because she resonates with your music.
Well, you
I'm
know what
telling you,
it
she called
is?
me this morning. She was
It's the
happy just to see
emotion.
it.
It's
It's
the
that emotion
emotion.
that's in your voice. When you're sad and you're singing and you're sad,
Yeah,
you can really feel that pain. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? And sometimes
yeah,
people don't want to hear that happy vibe. They want to hear the sadness because that's what they're going through.
yeah. They just want to
But we don't
feel
want you
like we're
sad,
on the same
Olivia. We like
wavelength
happy
they
Olivia.
are. Oh
Yes.
my gosh, it's
I'm
crazy.
just I'm just trying to give you a heads up because she's just waiting.
Look,
She want to
well,
be sad
tell
there
her
with
I'm
you.
gonna need her to get happy because I'm real
Right.
happy this year. All
Good.
I,
Good for you. Now,
I
I
respect
know
it.
you
That's amazing.
recently I know you recently, and I don't want to delve into this because I don't like to go into the whole like surface of what's going on. I know you recently came back to Love and Hip Hop New York,
right.
and there was some stuff going on with Rich and money that you didn't receive. Let me ask you a question.
Hmm.
As an independent artist, what would you say is the most important aspect of when you're working with other people, when you're recording with other people, how to handle your business to make sure that you don't get screwed over? What kind of advice could you give?
I mean, see, the sad part about this is just from my in my terms, the sad part is I did everything correct. This is what's crazy.
Yeah.
So all the split sheets were done, all the paperwork was done. I knew the producers before I actually wrote Walk Away in 2007. So way
Hmm.
before I even met Rich. I met Rich in 2010.
Gotcha.
And then December is the record where he has, well, he's trying to say just that record, but I'm like, no, dog, you didn't give me money for that one either.
Hmm.
So December, the producers for that record, it was one producer and one writer, but they're a team. And we already negotiated my split. Everything was done. We have the split sheet. So I don't know if when he handed in the split sheets, he did his magician trick because my name wasn't on there. But when you
Mm.
go on the ASCAP, all my information is still there. So I'm like, what the hell did he do? And I don't
Right.
want to give you too much because we're still dealing with it on the show. Like
Yeah,
it's
Right.
over we'll come
Hundred
back for
percent.
the rest of our episodes. But
Yeah.
it's a lot. I mean, even if you're on top of your business, there's
Yeah.
always some loophole that a dirty motherfucker will
Hmm.
know how to go in and use and manipulate it for their benefit. So it's crazy. It's like you got to be so on top of your stuff that you overlap in your own shit. Like, oh shit, I already filled that out. But
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Because they'll try,
Hundred
and it's
percent. 100%.
crazy
Yeah.
because it's usually your friends who are the ones that do you dirty. Because you could have not told me that Rich did not have my best interest at heart.
Right. I mean, I think that's the most unfortunate part that when money comes into play, a lot of times the people that you do think are your friends
Right.
turn out to be the ones that don't have your best interest. And
Yeah.
it's always whack to see that, especially when it's our people against our people and male versus female. Listen, there's enough
Yeah.
money in the world that there
For
should be no homelessness.
everybody.
Everybody should be able to eat. Everybody should be able
The
to live
universe.
well
Yeah.
in the
Absolutely.
universe, but unfortunately it's not split that way, and I hate to see situations like this that just really cause a rift, and I think that it's such a learning curve, but we've seen you
Unfortunate.
hustling out here as an artist for the longest, and we know that
Mhm.
you're going to get the greatest success, and it's moments like this when you have a downfall or when you have an obstacle that just makes you get up and be stronger, and I know that you will be able to do that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, most people know in this industry, it's always ups and downs, as it is
Yeah,
with many other industries. So, unfortunately, we got to take the good with the bad. That's just how it is.
we do. So what else do you have that you're working on? We know you're going to be dropping your album at the end of the year. What else can we look out for from Olivia?
Um, so there is a movie that we just shot, and we wrapped it, I think, right before all of this happened.
Yeah.
January, February. So like, yeah, right at the end of February, beginning of March, and it was supposed to come out maybe like in June, but with everything going on, I know they switched up the schedule. So the director is Sean Baker, and is based off of a real life story. So Don Kwan, we call him Kwan Miller, I think is his real name, but we all call him Don. So the
Okay.
crazy thing is, he got into a whole ring with Russian mafia people where he was doing the whole credit card scam and everything. And then
Wow.
he ends up going to jail and turns his life completely around, comes out. And I don't want to like ruin it, but like it's insane.
Yeah.
And I play his love interest in the movie, like his, okay, let me say his side chick, because he has a wife and a side chick, but he actually ends up marrying me in real life. The side girl is who he ends up marrying.
Right.
And
Okay.
Hassan Johnson from The Wire is my co-star. So
Love
it's a
him.
lot of great people
Amazing.
in this movie, though. Yeah, and it's called Better
Very
Than My Last. If I didn't say that.
okay. Well, you guys
Perfect.
know to make sure to look out for Better Than My Last. I mean, who knows how long we'll be wrapped up in this, so it may be
Girl,
Yeah.
something
Yeah. It's going.
hopefully
It's
we can
looking.
still watch it
It's
at
looking
home. I
bleak.
mean,
but
I
I'm
know the movie
sure they'll
theaters are
probably just put it
closed,
right
but
on Netflix or
right
something.
on Netflix. Yeah, we
Yeah.
would love to see it for sure.
That'd be amazing.
I'm looking forward to it. We're running out of time, but I just want you to take the opportunity to tell everyone where they can follow you and look out for your next projects.
Yes, so you guys can follow me at Only One Olivia on Instagram, and my Twitter is One and Only Olivia, both with the number one. And just keep watching my feed, and you'll see the stuff that I post, and I'll let you guys know the new single. We're also in the midst of shooting the video. Hence, since we can't do it outside, I'm gonna do it a totally different way. I don't want to tell you guys, so when you see it, you're surprised,
Just
but I'll
make sure
let
you're
you know
6 feet.
when it's about to come out.
Right. All within 6 feet, right? Well, we'll be looking forward to it. We definitely would love to have you back on after you've done your video and we could talk
Yeah,
some more. It's been an
thanks,
absolute
guys.
pleasure.
All right,
You
Olivia.
too. I wish I could see you, but I'm sure you guys look dope.
Yeah, thank you. And we will
Yes.
share.
Yes.
I'll share it with Jack so that you could see as well and you can see what we look like since everything is black to you. But we see you and you look beautiful. Keep
So
doing
you
Okay.
your
can find a
thing.
Thanks,
beautiful
guys.
house.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
We appreciate you.
Bye.
Bye, love.
Later.
All right, guys, that's it. It's been VPR Radio. It has been a very, very robust day. We've had a
I'm
slew of
blessed.
guests. Next week is going to be just as lit. So I hope you guys are ready to
Easy.
get your drink because we keeping it groovy. We keeping it jam packed here. We got to keep you busy during quarantina.
Working on any. I'm glad all of you are listening. Shout out to everyone that's helping us. DSN. Just yeah. The list goes on. Thank you. It's been
Yes,
amazing. I've had a blast just doing this show, more from a
and we
fan
love you for
standpoint, but
watching.
From a
Thank you
business
for
standpoint.
tuning in to us every single week. FMI, thank you for keeping us on tilt. You are the dopest partner a girl could have, and I appreciate you.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Same time next week.
Yeah, same time next week. You already know what
Sounds
it is.
good.
It's VPR Radio. Yeah, man.
Yo,
Love you guys.
slim.